Of course, as the lyrics just said, nothing's going to stand in our way. That's the name of the song. I forgot the band name. I'll put it in my description. From the old Transformer soundtrack from 1986. This is Grillenheimer. Welcome back. Yes, I've been doing a lot of weird miscellaneous videos lately. Yes, I'm coming at you through my steering wheel. And I really got to thinking this morning how I may not be doing as many of my biblical message videos like how I've sort of started with, because they weren't being as watched as much. I understand that my title, Gamers for Christ, for whatever reason, offends people. But I'm not too worried about that either. And so I normally would spell it out for those videos and abbreviate it for any other videos not affiliated with a biblical message. In that regard, I hope you are at least learning that just because I'm Christian, just because I enjoy Transformers, the series, the card game, the whatever, that we're not all bad, we're not all sexist, we're not all pigs, we're not all bigots, we're not all whatever the media wants to throw at you to make you think how Christians are or can be or whatever, as one-sided as they want to make you think we are, or whatever experiences that you've had with Christians, if you are non-Christian or non-believer, so as you know, however you want to look at it. But I'm not really here for that. I still just want to appreciate every single one of my viewers. You have no idea what it means to me, especially through everything that I've been going through the summer. Since the virus, no one's in my family has had it, but since the outbreak, since the quarantine, since a very close cousin of mine's passing, since also the cancellation of the card game, and I think, and who knows, maybe they could bring it back. Maybe they'll see, oh, maybe we were, I doubt it, but who knows? They may revisit it next year and go, okay, the pandemic is over. Let's get back into this. Let's hire some more artists, etc. Because I do understand that Wizards of the Coast could be letting some people go as far as not artistic license perspective. Hasbro does own them, so that's not using Hasbro Transformer characters is not a big deal. My van just made a funny noise. So, you know, I do appreciate every single one of y'all, and I'm hoping I'm bringing something, you know, from a different angle, from a different perspective. I wish this wasn't right here. But it's in a good location where I can use both my hands and not have to video, you know. For the card game, for information, for ideas, to help move the game along in new ways and different ways. I hope my homemade cards that I have already created can help inspire y'all, more other fans of the card game of Transformers, and go, whoa, not all his characters are great, but I like this boat, I like this idea, I like that water tank, I like, you know, Copper, I like Tempo. Oh, that's cool, these are modern cars, I like that. Ooh, you know, that's a Toyota, that we know what this is, that's a Honda, how cool, why didn't we think of this? In some of the stories I have built on some of my characters, etc., etc. Little bit of lore, little bit of story, little bit of background. The art, bringing them to life through the card game has been really fun. It's been work, but it's been really fun. And I hope that with my Christian outlook on life, as a person, as a believer, as a father of two, you know, we're all alike. We are all broken in some way. And it takes a big heart. It takes real humility to admit our mistakes, to admit our sins. And pride can get in the way of some people to admitting when you're wrong. And I've seen that in some of my own family members. And maybe they're not seeing this side of me because, I don't know, a little bit of introspective there. They should be seeing that side of me, because I really don't sugarcoat myself. I just, things are the way they are. I don't let my emotions rule me. I really try to be a foundation for my family. And I think my wife wears the steel pants, the Cybertronian pants in the family, so to speak, you know. But this quarantine has really brought us together a little bit, a little closer, and I think we really needed that. So there is a lot of good coming from this, from different perspectives, from a Christian perspective, from a really eye-opening experience on this for everybody on different levels. So I don't really have much to say other than that. But, you know, I've been working on Combaticon abilities. I haven't drawn anything yet. Oh my gosh, I haven't drawn anything. And that's really the fun part. And I don't know, depending on my sketches, will I really color them or not? Now, Cronus really needs to be colored. He's part colored. I gotta finish him, number one. Number two, I can't wait to draw Combaticons, because you've seen where I've shown a big montage of when I was a kid. It was probably 87, 88 when I drew all this thing. It says Transformers, and it's got all the different little combiners all around, like Technobots and Protectobots, and I don't know if there's any Stunticons in there or not. And the Abominus Terracons, and there's no Predacons in it. I do remember there's no Predacons. It's all the little guys, because the Predacon figures were bigger. I did end up getting all of them, but I don't know where they all are. They are original. I'm trying to find a lot of my stuff right now. I'm selling a lot of stuff on eBay, but not my old stuff yet. But, you know, the sketching, the drawing stuff is fun. I just wish I had more time. I wish I had better computer abilities. My daughter does have a neat drawing pro app on her phone that she's really good at. Oh gosh, she is so good. My kids are really skilled in many ways, and I'm not taking it for granted. I don't know about them. And in some ways, through their skills, make them a little humble, and I don't think they realize that yet. But, you know, trying to come up with an idea for Unicron, how Unicron might work. That was my last video that I put out last night, and I think it can work. I want to make up a little mock-up, just like using just cutout with it's like school paper, and just do a little something and see, okay, how will this work? Will this really work? And pit him against, you know, just a random deck of whatever. And I will admit, my Bike Gals and Beach Boy team are okay. But every time they went up against Trax and Sky Shadow with their two stratagems, they never won. The Sky Shadow Trax team won every time, and I'm like, okay, maybe this time, no. But I was really trying my darndest during those little games, trying to get the bikes and Rescue Patrol to win. And like I said, I kind of wonder if I took out too many whites to pull some of that stuff off. But I don't know. You don't need to dilute your deck too much with white pips. Yeah, I'm rambling a bit. I apologize, but I find this all very interesting, very fun, very creative. I hope y'all get something out of this, some ideas, and the best thing to do is somewhere out there on Pinterest or somewhere is the template for the character cards. I found the template for the battle cards, but I never found a template for the character cards. So if you can find a template for the character cards, and you can go from there, with the template for the battle cards, I guess you could make your own Enigma if you wanted to use the Enigma trick for combination, though with the G1 stuff, they didn't need no stinking Enigma. If they wanted to combine, they combined. And I really wish there was a way, it would mess up the combined artwork, to be able to, like that one episode that was Japanese only before the 86 movie came out. I'm trying to remember the name. It's actually on my 20th anniversary DVD of the movie. In where they would actually, the other parts from other factions would actually combine. And I want to say one of the Protectobots tried to merge with Minosaur, and it actually was hurting Minosaur. It was really cool. The name just escaped me. Scramble City. Which is real. I wish we could do that in the card game somehow. That would be kind of cool. But it wouldn't look right combined because of how all the poses their gestalts are in. So if it was a little more sort of square, mechanical, and looked more like the newer, uglier Combiner Wars and toys, it may have been a little different. But with like a big card in the middle, 2 cards slightly on the side for the arms, then 2 cards on the bottom for the legs. And I could see Wizards of the Coast could have tried, probably didn't, could have tried that in maybe that's something we could work on. To where we could try to swap out combiners. And, but if you have, say, Dead End as an arm or a leg for a combined character that's an Autobot, you could combine him, but have to take off a health or 2 for each turn that he's on him. That would be kind of neat. We'd have to change up the combined artwork to be able to do it, so it would look alright too. Interesting. And I'm not all about so much tournament play. I'm just in it for the fun. So while a lot of the characters that I have made may not be very competitive, they're just fun. From Copper forcing your opponent to, discarding or scrapping cards off their deck until they get a green, or Galleon Prime doing something similar. No, that's right. You flip him whatever their total defense is, and normally the defense numbers are kind of small, but the total base defense, then your opponent, when he flips to that mode, your opponent has to scrap that many for their base total defense. So it could be 4 cards, it could be 5 cards, it could be 7 cards, depending on your total base defense in the field. I haven't dealt a lot with the homemade stuff in a while, or even played around with them much. I've been playing around more with just the official cards because they are so solid compared to mine. I will admit that. Some of mine are pretty solid. And some of their abilities and gimmicks could be a little better. But again, as I've stated before, I am not a card creator. I have forced myself to learn Pokemon once my daughter was old enough to try to play, so I had amassed a collection of cards way back around 99 or so, when I was collecting that, but I didn't play it. I didn't have anybody to play it. I didn't really care about Pokemon. I was actually kind of thinking about the future, and it was, fun to collect, see what was in there. I did originally have a metal flip coin that she took to one of her friends' houses, and it never came back. But I've had to learn how to play Pokemon to be able to teach it to her so we could play. And then my son and I played a little bit. And then it's like, once they turn 9 or 10 or whatever, boom, I don't care. Pokemon, that's a kid's game. It's just a card game. And I hear it's gotten even more complicated since the last time I touched it. But I just find Transformers just somewhat easy, fun, and easier than Magic. I still can't figure out Magic. And it really does take two people to learn how to play this stuff. And my kids, it's like pulling teeth. They're going to do what they're going to do. They don't want to sit and play a card game. They'd rather sit for hours and play Zelda, Animal Crossings, or Fortnite, but they don't want to sit with me for 30 minutes and try to play a card game. Maybe it's just the curse of being a dad. I don't know. But I better go. I got things to do, but I meant to go 10 minutes, not 17. But I hope you enjoyed this. I hope, you're understanding me a little better. And that's what all this is partly about. And originally when I was doing the biblical stuff, it was fun. It was very far in between. My channel was well going as well it is now, and then, no, it's not very professional. I will admit that. I've gotten better, but I just don't have a lot of time for this. It's just on the side, and it's just for fun, and no money, not asking for anything. But if you find any of my stuff kind of neat, you want to share it, go right ahead. If you think I have some neat stuff coming down the pike, I don't know when I'm going to get to it, then subscribe and click the bell. But I think most of the people that are watching me are subscribers. It's hard to tell. My stats look really strange, and I don't know if it's because I'm Christian, because I do have biblical videos, that something funny might be going on. It's really, really strange. I don't understand it, because I know I'm being looked at. I know I am being looked at, but my stats are showing are unusual. And then you have people looking at videos from the studio side and people looking at videos from the YouTube side. And that's weird and unusual too. I haven't seen a lot of that lately, but it's just something strange is going on with YouTube. And it has been for over a year now. It really has. Some people fight it. I'm not fighting it. I'm just going to say it for what it is. And I hope you find this interesting, creative, to get you inspired to doing some of your own artwork. If you want to do your own characters, stuff. Oh, I don't have my Transformers book. It's at the house. And go, oh, we haven't done this figure. I liked Armada. I want Hot Shot, or the new this Demolisher, that Demolisher, Cyberverse characters, Prime characters, etc., etc. Go for it. I mean, right now, your cards are your cards, but the key is not making them too powerful. Not every new homemade card should be Perceptor or Optimus Prime Battlefield Legend. You can't have every card being that good, per se. So with that, I gotta go. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a blessed day, and always to remember,
Waspinator, if he Waspinator had more defense, maybe he wouldn't get blown up all the time.